Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Hello everyone. Today I want to explain the detailed description of three words. And the first is civilizations. The first is S. S is alveolar and fricative. Alveolar is a consonant produced with the tongue touching or close to the alveolar ridge. And fricative is made when you squeeze air through a small hole or gap in your mouth. And the second is is a vowel. Vowel is a speech sound pronounced without any structure in the vocal tract. Closed front unrounded vowel is a type of vowel sound that occurs in most spoken language, represented in IPA by the symbol and V is labiodental and fricative. Labiodental is a consonant articulated with the lower lip and upper teeth. And fricative is made when you squeeze air through a small hole or gap in your mouth. And is a vowel. Vowel is a speech sound pronounced without any structure. And mid-central vowel may be used with a lowering diacritic. And E is a lateral approximant and alveolar. Lateral approximant are made by releasing air past the sides of tongue while making a block in the middle. And the alveolar is produced with the tongue touching or close to the alveolar ridge. And O is a vowel. Vowel is a speech sound pronounced without any structure in the vocal. Mid-central unrounded vowel may be used with a lowering diacritic. And the next is E. E is a vowel. Vowel is a speech sound pronounced without any structure. Closed front unrounded vowel is a type of vowel sound that occurs in most spoken English, represented by the symbol E. And Z is alveolar and fricative. Alveolar is a consonant produced with the tongue touching or close to the alveolar ridge. And fricative is made when you squeeze air through a small hole or gap in your mouth. And next, E is a vowel. Vowel is a speech sound pronounced without any structure. Closed front unrounded vowel is a type of vowel sound that occurs in the most spoken language, represented symbol E. And S is a post-alveolar and fricative. Post-alveolar articulated with the tongue near or touching the back of the alveolar ridge. And fricative is made when you squeeze air through a small hole or gap in your mouth. And O is a vowel. Vowel is a speech sound pronounced without any structure. With central unrounded vowel may be used with a lowering diacritic. And the last is N is alveolar and nasal. Alveolar is produced with the tongue close or touching the ridge behind the teeth on the roof of the mouth. And nasal is whose production involves a lowered volume in the area's cavity. And the second word is transformation. The first is T is alveolar and plosive. Alveolar is produced with the tongue close or touching to the alveolar ridge behind the teeth on the roof of the mouth. And plosive is made by closing the mouth and releasing of a burst of breath. And er is alveolar and trill. Alveolar is produced with the tongue closed or touching the ridge behind the teeth on the roof of the mouth. And trill is produced by vibrations between the active articulator and passive articulator. R is voice, and is a vowel. Vowel is a speech sound pronounced without any structure, and a front vowel pronounced with the highest part of the tongue pushed forward in the mouth and somewhat arched. And N is alveolar and nasal. Alveolar is produced with the tongue closed or touching the ridge behind the teeth on the roof of the mouth. And nasal whose production involves a lowered volume and closure in the oral cavity. And S is alveolar and fricative. Alveolar is produced with the tongue closed or touching the ridge behind the teeth on the roof of the mouth. And fricative is made when you squeeze air through a small hole or gap in your mouth. And F is labiodental and fricative. Labiodental is articulated with the lower lip and upper lip. And fricative is made when you squeeze air through a small hole or gap in your mouth. And O is a vowel. Vowel is a speech sound pronounced without any structure. And mid-central vowel may be used with the lowering diacritic. And is bilabial and nasal. Bilabial is articulated using both lips. And nasal whose productions involves a lowered volume and closure in the oral cavity. And is a vowel. Vowel is a speech sound pronounced without any structure and closed mid-throat. And E is a vowel. Vowel is a speech sound pronounced without any structure in the vocal tract, closed front and rounded. And is post-alveolar and fricative. Post-alveolar articulated with the tongue near or touching the back of alveolar ridge. And fricative is made when you squeeze air through a small hole or gap in your mouth. And O is a vowel. Vowel is a speech sound pronounced without any structure in the vocal tract. And is alveolar and nasal. Alveolar is produced with the tongue closed or touching the ridge behind the teeth on the roof of the mouth. And nasal is whose production involves a lowered volume and closure in the oral cavity. And the last word is illumination. And is a vowel. Vowel is a speech sound pronounced without any structure. And L is lateral approximant and alveolar. Lateral approximant are made by releasing air past the sides of tongue while making a block in the middle. And alveolar is produced with the tongue touching or close to the alveolar ridge. And is a vowel. Vowel is a speech sound pronounced without any structure. And is bilabial and nasal. Bilabial is articulated using both lips, and nasal whose production involves a lowered volume and closure in the oral cavity. And I is a vowel. Vowel is a speech sound pronounced without any structure. And an, an is alveolar and nasal. Alveolar is produced with the tongue close or touching the ridge. And nasal whose production involves a lowered volume and closure in the oral cavity. And is a vowel. Vowel is speech sounds pronounced without any structure. And I is a vowel. Vowel is a speech sounds without any structure. And is post-alveolar and fricative. Post-alveolar articulated with the tongue near or touching the back of the alveolar ridge. And fricative is made when you squeeze air through a small hole or gap in your mouth. And is a vowel. Vowel is a speech sounds without any structure. And is alveolar and nasal. Alveolar is produced with the tongue close or touching the ridge behind the teeth on the roof of the mouth. And nasal is whose production involves a lowered volume and closure in the oral cavity. Okay, I think that's enough. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.